JasmyCoin just dropped 16% in a week, and traders are either panicking or positioning for something massive. The charts are screaming conflicting signals, bearish technicals, bullish patterns, and a 10-cent target that sounds absolutely insane given where we are right now. So what's really happening here? Is Jasmy about to pull off a comeback, or are we watching another altcoin bleed out in slow motion? Stick around, because the data we're about to dive into might completely change how you see this trade. What's up, crypto fam? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I break down the markets with actual analysis, not hopium. So smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on notifications because we're covering some wild price action today that you absolutely cannot miss. JasmyCoin is sitting at 1 cent right now with a market cap of $505 million. Not exactly small, but not a giant either. What's interesting is that trading volume just spiked 22.83% to $38.55 million in 24 hours. That's real money flowing back in despite the price being down. So we've got a contradiction. Price is dropping, but volume is surging. That's either smart money accumulating or traders catching a falling knife. Let's figure out which one it is. According to data from CryptoRank, 2023 was a roller coaster that ended strong. Jasmy started with gains, got smacked mid-year, then recovered hard by December. Classic crypto behavior. But 2024, that was pure chaos. Massive pumps, brutal dumps, and somehow it still finished higher than 2023. Wild swings but net positive. Now 2025 hits, and suddenly Jasmy looks tired. Early declines, weak recoveries, and none of that momentum we saw in previous years. It's like the coin ran a marathon and now needs a nap. Here's where it gets spicy. A prominent analyst named Team LAMBO just dropped a chart that has the crypto community divided. They're pointing to a rising channel pattern, basically a textbook bullish formation where price bounces between two upward sloping trend lines. Jasmy is currently testing support at $0.0027, which is critical. If it holds, we could be looking at a breakout. If it breaks, well, things get ugly fast. But Team LAMBO isn't just throwing darts at a board, they're projecting a potential move to 10 cents. Yes, you heard that right. From 1 cent to 10 cents, that's a 10 times move, which sounds like someone's been smoking the hopium pipe. But before you dismiss it entirely, let's talk volume. The yellow bars on the volume chart are expanding, which means buying demand is increasing. Meanwhile, the purple bars, those represent selling volume, are shrinking. Sellers are getting exhausted while buyers are showing up. That's not nothing. If this pattern plays out, Jasmy could legitimately target higher prices. But, and this is a big but, there's a catch. Because while the chart looks bullish, the technicals are telling a completely different story. Let's rip into the technicals, because this is where reality slaps us in the face. The RSI is sitting at 38.08 right now. For those who don't eat, sleep, and breathe charts, RSI below 50 means bears are in control. The 14-period moving average at 45.56 confirms this. Buying pressure is fading, and sellers have the upper hand. Now, if RSI drops below 30, Jasmy enters oversold territory, which historically means a short-term bounce is likely. We're not there yet, but we're close. So while the trend is bearish, we might catch a relief rally soon. Then there's the MACD, which is basically a momentum indicator that shows whether bulls or bears are driving the bus. Right now the MACD line is at minus 0.00169, sitting below the signal line at minus 0.00141. Translation: bearish configuration. The red histogram bars are tiny though, which means selling momentum is weakening. It's not reversing yet, but it's losing steam. For a real trend reversal, we need a bullish crossover near the baseline. Until that happens, this is still a bear market on the technical side. So, here's my expert take. Jasmy is caught in limbo. The chart pattern is bullish long-term, volume is supporting accumulation, but short-term technicals are screaming not yet. This is classic late-stage consolidation before either a breakout or a breakdown. You know what this reminds me of? That moment when you're watching a horror movie and the music gets quiet, something's about to happen, you just don't know if it's good or bad. The 10-cent target isn't completely insane when you zoom out. If Jasmy can hold that 0.0027 support and the broader crypto market catches a bid, a 10 times move is mathematically possible. Not probable, but possible. We've seen altcoins do crazier things in bull markets. Remember, in 2021, random tokens pumped 50 times just because someone tweeted about them. I'm not saying Jasmy will do that, but if Bitcoin enters a parabolic phase and alt season ignites, Jasmy could ride that wave. What concerns me is the 2025 performance so far. It's been weak compared to 2023 and 2024. Early declines with no sustained recovery means either the market has lost interest or we're in a deep accumulation phase before the next leg up. I lean toward the latter because of that volume spike. When volume increases while price drops, it's often institutions quietly buying, retail panics and sells, smart money sweeps it up, tale as old as time. But let's be real, timing this is brutal. You could enter now and watch it bleed another 20% before it pumps, or you could wait for confirmation and miss the bottom. This is why trading altcoins feels like playing poker with a blindfold on. You've got probabilities, not certainties. The RSI approaching oversold levels gives us a tactical edge though. If it dips below 30 and then bounces, that's your short-term entry signal for a quick scalp. For long-term holders betting on 10 cents, you'd want to see that MACD crossover and RSI breaking back above 50. Until then, it's a waiting game. One more thing, those yellow volume bars increasing. That's not retail FOMO. Retail is burned out right now. This is either whales accumulating or institutional interest trickling in. Either way, smart money doesn't show up unless they see value. And if they're buying at 1 cent, they're not targeting 1.5 cents. They're thinking much bigger. Alright, crypto fam, here's the bottom line. JasmyCoin is at a critical juncture. The chart pattern suggests long-term bullish potential with that 10-cent target, but technicals are telling us to pump the brakes. RSI is bearish, MACD is bearish, but volume is bullish and support is holding. For now. My take? This is a watch and wait situation. If you're aggressive, you can start nibbling here with tight stop losses. If you're conservative, wait for RSI to bounce from oversold and MACD to flip bullish before jumping in. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hey, go check out my other videos where I'm covering Bitcoin's next move and, honestly, why Ethereum might surprise everyone this cycle. Drop a comment below with your thoughts on Jasmy. Are you feeling bullish or bearish? And don't forget to like and subscribe because, honestly, we're just getting started. Quick reminder before you go, this is not financial advice. Crypto is incredibly risky and you can lose everything. So do your own research, never invest more than you can afford to lose, and always manage your risk. I'm just sharing my analysis here, not telling you what to do with your money. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.